It's in the game.
Like we always do at this time on a Thursday night, Denny Blanco, my man, how you doing?
Oh, yes. Randy J. Cruz, Sir Denny Blanco, Joe Cruz. It's in the Game podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. Randy, tell them where they can find us.
If you're watching on X and YouTube, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your love and support. But you can also find the podcast on Instagram and TikTok at It's in the Game Pod. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. And most importantly, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Show us some love and support for your boys on the program. If you are watching us on X and YouTube, any questions, comments, feedback from the NBA trade deadline that finished around 3 o'clock Eastern time, we'll get your comment on the screen. We'll get right to it. So I'm joined by Sir Denny Blanco, at Sir Denny Blanco on all social media platforms, and also my brother Joe Cruz Jr. on Twitter at Hoops in the Sun, also on Instagram, Hoops in the Sun, and J Cruz CEO. Joe, third week in a row, my man. How you doing?
It's good to be back. Happy Thursday. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that this trade deadline has come and go, and Giannis is not, going anywhere. But it's a pleasure to be with you guys on this show, and like we always do on Thursdays, we're gonna rock and roll into the cruise control, baby.
That's right. Again, on X and YouTube, anybody got questions, comments, and feedback regarding the NBA trade deadline, winners, losers, if your favorite team made a move or not, we're going to discuss that tonight. Again, youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. We're a little below 700 subscribers. We're trying to get to 700 at least by the end of February. So we definitely appreciate your love and support out there watching us on the program. So NBA trade deadline is come and gone. A lot of people on the move. Not moving are the big time names of a Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo from Milwaukee. He will remain a Buck at least until the summertime. Morant will remain a Memphis Grizzly at least until the summertime. So they stand pat. But a lot of people, some other all-stars were on the move today, the last couple of days. So let's get right to it, gentlemen. Let me get that out the way. So boom. First up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers getting the services of James Harden from the Clippers, as Shans reported. Harden goes to Cleveland while Darius Garland goes to the LA Clippers. Also, a second-round pick is going to LA. LA, we'll get to this other joint later on, but LA was not done moving because they also sent Zubac to Indiana. I think Ben Mathurin and some other pieces were involved. But this was the first main, I believe the first main domino of the NBA trade deadline. Multiple-time All-Star and James Harden going from the Clippers, going to the Cleveland Cavaliers to align himself with Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, those guys. So now Harden goes back to the Eastern Conference. Garland goes to the West. Gentlemen, how do you feel about James Harden going to the Cleveland Cavaliers? Anybody's watching, got a question about this trade, hit us up in the chat.
You want to go first, Joe, or should I?
You can go first, my friend. You are ready to go. Let's get to it.
Okay. James. James, you think you can walk yourself into a championship? Is that what you think you can do? I read your statement to Ramona Shelbourne. I read it, and if you haven't, please do. I read your statement, and talking about this is your chance to win a championship. This is a better chance. Oh, I get it. Oh, so you think you can beat the Celtics or the Knicks or the Pistons in a 4-game series with the Cleveland Cavaliers? You think you can do that this year? Really? Interesting. Okay. What does that say about the Clippers as previously constructed? Because they're no longer the same Clippers as we know because everyone's gone or hurt or whatever the case may be. James Harden will go down as one of the most interesting two guards to ever play the game because he's up there in the scoring type. He's up there when he comes to scoring. Obviously, MVP with Houston. But it's very interesting the moves that he's made. Some may argue, and I'll land the plane here, Joe. Some may argue that James is for the money. Not for the championships, for the money. Joe, talk to me.
Well, what a week for the Clippers. What a week for the Clippers. You get you're hosting All-Star game in about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you have no players, no representation before Adam Silver stepped in and magically made it 16 players because we didn't have this and we didn't have that. Okay, that sounds good. Then you go from that bombshell, and then you're gonna go from James Harden. Has him, I see him in Arizona State with his jersey, and everybody loving him, and he missed the game, and now he's out for personal reasons. James Harden does what James Harden does, baby. He quietly wants to get out of situations. And listen, James Harden is not a fool. James Harden is one of the best players of all time. Like you said, he's probably creeping up on that all-time scoring list, if not top 10, one of the most prolific players you have to ever see. He's actually responsible for changing the game. Actually, the step back three, the Euro step. He's I'm gonna give him his flowers, but staying on course. Then the Clippers decide before the trade deadline to get rid of their big man who I was talking about as an all-star to Danny Blanco a couple weeks ago. Then they get rid of their big man and throw him to the Pacers. And then you pick up Darius Garland. A 6'3" point guard from Vanderbilt who's, he's a small frame. And, you know how guards are, Denny, in the NBA, they're 6'5" and above. And it's tough. Garland is super tough, but he's injury prone. He's injury prone. And, I don't know who benefits from this situation. I think, honestly, looking at the Clippers making a shift from getting rid of Chris Paul from the beginning of the season and having one of the worst records and worst starts in NBA history when you're projected to be a playoff team, to not dismantling your whole franchise and leaving the one man that didn't get voted to the All-Star game, and that's Kawhi Leonard. Man, Denny, I don't even know where to start, but shout out to the Cavs. It'd be interesting, Denny, to see how these two dynamic guards who are ball dominant, that want the ball in their hand, that are for the moment. I mean, I would say more so Donovan. I mean, when it comes to playoffs, we'll talk about that with Harden. But when you talk about top guards, this is a move for the New York Knicks. This is a move to, there's no Tatum. Trae Young is gone. Things are shifting in the East, and honestly, this is a move to outlast the Knicks. There's no Halliburton. And, this is a good move. But again, you have 26 games to really figure this out after the All-Star game. I don't know if there's enough time, but they definitely made out in getting rid of Darius Garland before he got injured again. And he's been out with the toe injury. He's been out a couple of times, Denny. So, from one injury to another, here goes 80 to the Wizards. So, I want to see the Cleveland Cavaliers play on the floor, and we'll see how they play.
I don't understand the concept of, once again, James Harden thinking he can walk himself just into a championship. God bless you. You, James, you. I'm talking to you. Talking to you. You about to get that Cade Cunningham work. You about to get that Jalen Brunson work. Jalen Brown waiting for you. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious to watch because you're gonna be walking into the Lions Den. You're walking into the Lions Den. You asked for this because you said the West is too hard. The West, does this make the Cavs title contenders? Where are they? 6 right now? 6?
Maybe, yeah. Not too sure. See it right now. Hold on.
Possibly. Sure, it can make them title contenders.
They are 4th. They're 4th.
They're 4th. There you go. So the East is wide open right now. So yeah, sure. Just a short answer to your question. Short answer to the question. Does this make them Cavs title contenders? Yes. Now. Am I addressing all these trades, or am I taking my time to surgically go one by one here?
No, I'll go one by one. To also add to the Clippers of it all, Joe mentioned Zubac. I want to get that out the way. I know I don't have the graphic, but Zubac goes to Indiana for Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 2 first-round picks and 1 second-round pick to the Clippers. So I don't know. Yeah.
That trade, is interesting too. With that trade, does that help Siakam spacing? And then when Hallie comes back, does that help his spacing? Because Zubac is a good big, traditional big. Once again, we spoke about him before, but he doesn't. Yeah. Obviously, he don't shoot threes. So what does that do? I think
this is for next year. This is for next year, though, Dennis. I think when you get Halliburton back, you replace Miles Turner, and again, Zubac is on a stretch 4 and 5, like Miles Turner, because they can knock a 3 down. So I'm not gonna get crazy, but down low in terms of like the posts and moves, he's like the East Coast Şengün, but just a little bit might be slower and less athletic. I like the move, but it's not for this year.
He ain't no Şengün though. Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect Zubac. My bad.
I'm saying moves and tough. Like he's getting better. I'm not saying. Come on, guys. I'm not getting crazy.
Yeah, I'm just. But what I'm saying, my man.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is they did a great move. The Pacers. It's not for this year. This is not for this year. This is for next year. I'm kind of shocked they got rid of Mathurin, but I guess they got to get rid of some value, some guards. You don't have Obi had the whole year pretty much. You didn't have Halliburton. You lost Miles Turner. And this is a replacement for that. At least to get some buckets down low and get some presence down low because they're thin down there. And this is a next year move for the Pacers.
Super reset.
Yeah, because you get Zubac, Siakam, Hallie. You still got Nembhard.
And Obi. Yeah.
And I'm forgetting some other pieces, but it's a hard reset. Indiana, they're not going to the playoffs this year. I don't know
how fast that went, right? How fast he went to the finals. How quick you the bottom of the East.
How valuable these guys are. So when you don't have Hallie, you don't have Obi. Nobody's in a rush to come back. Indiana has the top 3 worst record or top. They're in that top 5 range, 13-38 on the season, the worst record in the Eastern Conference. So, like Joe said, they're working on next year to put a bow on the James Harden of it all.
What bow you want to put on that, Playboy?
So, I mean, let's talk about it. Listen. The Clippers get a little younger with Garland at the point guard. 26 years old compared to Harden, who's probably 35, 36. Cavs are in that win mode now situation with Donovan, with Jarrett Allen, with Mobley. Harden.
You believe James didn't ask for a trade?
I think he did. I think he did. I think he did.
And he said he didn't. Yeah. And he said he didn't.
He did. But
he said he didn't.
But I tell you what Cleveland did. They pressed the panic button because they know Spider Mitchell's in his prime, and you better capitalize right now because that man right now with the basketball is probably the most unguardable players in the NBA we got to see right now live. That is the assistant.
And
It
plus,
does.
they're afraid he may not resign with them. So it's like, what is that? 1 year
just
window, 2 year window with the Harden experience. I don't know, because like Denny mentioned earlier, the fact that the Eastern Conference is not, it's a very tough conference where you have Detroit, you got New York, you got Boston, you got Philly ramping up, you got Toronto making some noise.
I'll bet you this, guys. I bet you this. I bet you listen, you gonna tell me basketball, right? I guarantee Spider was like, yo, listen, I can't be doing this 75, 80 games and my man's always hurt in the backcourt. How are we supposed to do this together if he's always hurt? Because at the same point, you're gonna get me hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I know, I'm not saying I know him, but I'm just saying, like, I know it's a lot of pressure for him. And he's a compact guard. He's not 6'7", he's 6'4", on a good day, you know what I mean? And you talk about him putting in 35, bringing the ball up, it's a lot. And I guarantee he probably said, "Y'all need some help, man." Like, I know my man is talented, he's hurt. I mean, but I need a running mate.
Another guard to handle the rock during playoff time. And I understand it. I definitely understand it.
So also the Cavaliers earlier in the week, they traded DeAndre Hunter to Sacramento, but they also got Keon Ellis,
right,
and Dennis Schroeder. So in the last couple of days, Cavaliers are walking out with Harden, Schroeder, and Keon Ellis for Darius Garland and DeAndre Hunter. So there's, I don't know, a little panic going on. Like, they see other teams getting their footing in the Eastern Conference, and they don't want to fall too far back, because you even got teams like Charlotte making moves. You got Atlanta making moves. So, that playing situation is going to be very important.
And they're winning.
For those
teams are winning. Those teams are winning.
The fact that the Cavaliers, who had the best record in the East last year, if I'm not mistaken, are now 4th, 5th range, still no Garland like that. So they just, I think they pull the trigger. They want to salvage the season. They want to try to get the best of Donovan, because we don't know if he'll resign with them long term. But on paper, you got Harden, you got D. Mitchell in the backcourt, you got the new acquisition between Schroeder and Keon and the big men. I think they'll be formidable, but it's all about the chemistry with those guys.
Randy, Joe, we know this because we've seen this. Can you name another time where a player of this magnitude, whether it's a second tier, first tier, where it's mid-season and they get to a team and they win the championship?
Say it again.
Can you name another time where a player of this magnitude, or even mid-tier, was traded to a team mid-season and they won a championship? I was trying to think of that earlier today, and I got
one team. I just don't know if it's a little far back, but I'm trying to see if there's something in more modern. So the one I recall would be the Rasheed Wallace trade from Atlanta to Detroit in the middle of the season.
They won the chip that year?
He got traded in 2004. I think from Portland to Atlanta, and Atlanta dubbed him. Then he went to Detroit. And then they won a championship. So
that same year, correct? That same year.
Same year, yeah.
Okay. But other than that,
in the last 22 years, a midseason trade, and that team got a high all-star or low-level all-star, a major impact player, and won a title. I'm trying to remember. I know Rasheed for sure. I just don't know anything else beyond that.
I don't remember. I don't recall other than that. And that's where I'm trying to pin you Cleveland Cavaliers fans down, to let you know. Relax. You're not winning the chip. Do you understand what you have to adjust to? First of all, let's be clear. He's going to have to, obviously, the travel time, but he has to adjust to the time differential. And he's going to have to adjust to the coach. He's going to have to adjust to the players. He's going to have to adjust to where Donovan Mitchell needs to catch the ball on the wing, in the post. He's going to have to adjust to Jared Allen. Yeah, he can come there and start throwing lobs, but there's going to have to be a chemistry developed, and that takes time. And y'all don't have time.
No.
Yeah, I don't have time, Cleveland Cavaliers. So we'll see what happens after James gets there and gets some games under his belt. We'll see what the status is of the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second half of the season.
So other trade that went down was AD from Dallas going to Washington. Him, Jaden Hardy, D Russell, Dante Exum to Washington for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, and 3 second-round picks going to Dallas. So the experiment of AD to Dallas did not work out with the whole Luka trade. Hurt majority of the time. Yeah, so I think I don't know how many games he played.
He's a walking injury-prone basketball player who will not give you more than 50% of the games during the season. And what are the Washington Wizards really going to get out of him? Alongside
this year,
Trae
probably
Young?
nothing. I think him and Trey are not even going to play like that, bro. They're not, because they have a pick that it will go to the Knicks depending on certain parameters. But the fact that they won't play Trey and they won't play AD is the worse they are, the more they'll keep that pick. The better they are, the pick goes to New York. So they're like, nah, AD, we're gonna sit you. You might play a couple games, here and there, but you're not gonna like play the remainder 50 or 40. Now we're not doing that.
See, well, you see CDG now. These sometimes is a trade where you won't see players for another 2 years because they're injured and the team doesn't want to play them because they're trying to get draft position. So it's not always about a trade that's going to make you better as a team right now. It's a trade that's going to make you better as a team down the line. So,
yeah, and I mean, if you look at next year for Washington, it looks pretty decent. Obviously, a healthy Trey, a healthy AD. They got the George kid on there. I mean, am I saying playoff formidable? Could be in that playing range if AD and Trey Young are both playing majority of the games. Then yeah. But as of right now, I don't see much from Washington. I don't see much from AD right now. Trey Young got traded there like a month ago. He ain't suited up not one bit. So that kind of tells you the direction of what they're gonna do this year, and kind of sit everybody out, keep that pick, rebuild in the draft, and go from there. But that's just the nature of what they did.
Well, God bless them. God bless them. They're gonna be, cellar dwellers for a long period of time. Well, maybe you never know. They may get lucky and get AJ. You never know. Who knows? You never know where the lottery ball drops. So
no, you're right. Even like a team like Indiana can get an AJ, can get the dude from Kansas, a Boozer. Like they might be top 3, top 5, and come back with Hallie, come back with Zubac, come back with Siakam, and then also you get a fucking formidable top draft pick. Like, oh shit, and then they rebuild, gets fast forward. Like, oh shit, we could be a little team over here, but if you get this guy from the draft, we're talking like top 4, top 5 in the fucking Eastern Conference.
Or you can draft him and do him like Kuminga.
Oh yeah, weren't you glad you finally saw him fucking traded, bro?
Jonathan Kuminga is finally free to unleash his skills onto the freaking court. It's been so long. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for Jonathan Kuminga. Oh,
so I know we skipped JJJ, but we'll go back. So Kuminga, Joe, everything good over there?
Yes, I'm good.
All right, but so Kuminga finally goes from Golden State, along with Buddy Hield, to go into the Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry, to Atlanta Hawks for Porzingis, and that's it. I'm like, oh, that's it for Kuminga. Like, damn, they really they really want him out. And they also added Buddy Hield to the mix. Low, quiet as kept. Atlanta's been making some moves. They already got a good roster going on. They got the All-Star Jalen Johnson over there. So I like the youth movement with Atlanta. Going back to Golden State, Porzingis, the big thing about him is being healthy, remaining healthy, and he might fit into that Warriors system. But it's like, I know they wanted Giannis, they wanted JJJ, and they settled for Porzingis, and he traded a young talent like Kuminga to get him, and Buddy Hield to get KP, and that's it. I like the deal more for Atlanta than I do Golden State.
Joe, you want to go first, or should I?
I love this trade. I love it more for Atlanta. If you guys are watching Atlanta Hawks, they're transforming their whole franchise to be one of the most athletic on the wings and defensively savviness. When you got Daniels, you got Jalen Johnson. Now you add Kuminga as a stretch 3, maybe a stretch 4. Kuminga gets an opportunity to be on a grand stage. I don't know how well it'll work with Jalen Johnson, knowing that he's an all-star and this is his team now. So it'll be interesting to see how they integrate this, their work and what they do on the court. But this is a move for Atlanta, to let everybody know, as much as we are in the bottom of the playoff picture, we made some good moves to make a move. And if it all goes well, this is a good move for them. Youth, you have youth on your side. You have not committed contracts. I'm not sure if they hit in the second apron, but this is a great move. Golden State gets rid of Kuminga, which was probably one of the dumbest signings this summer they ever did. It made no sense. But now let's see what Kuminga does. And now it is on him to show improve.
Real quick, also the fact that they added Kispert and McCollum like a few weeks ago. Then you get Kuminga, you get Buddy Hield. Right now, Atlanta, as we speak, 9th. So they're in that playing range like always. So they ain't that far behind Orlando and Miami. So they could be making some noise as the playoffs come around.
I love what they did. Number one, they're going to be very athletic on the wing, and you have to be athletic on the wing defensively to even compete. Jalen Johnson, is that the first time All-Star?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Damn near averaging a triple-double. Yes, sir. He is going to be a problem for a very, 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 very long time. So you build around him, and Atlanta, you doing something. So I love the Kuminga pickup. You add that to him and everybody else that's there, and I like what they're doing. Now, let me take my time and surgically cut up the Golden State Warriors.
Bye, Golden State.
Let me just take my time and cut you guys up real nice. Wardell. Steph Wardell Curry may have I'm just gonna take a guess. Maybe he has 5-6 years left in the league. Maybe. Okay. What are you doing with those years? I'm trying to understand Golden State's strategy. Were you trying to pray that Giannis came to Golden State? Was that your plan?
I think they were banking on it.
Was that your prayer? Please, Jesus, send us the African Savior so we can be saved. Please. Is that what you wanted, Golden State? Because this is very disrespectful to Wardell's legacy. Okay? You let Draymond punch Jordan Poole. Now Jordan Poole's gone. Jordan Poole could have been still in Golden State, playing his head off. Then you have Jonathan Kuminga sitting there. Y'all not playing him. But then you're going to say he's not. He has no worth. He has no worth because you're not playing him. What's going on? What are you doing? Golden State. What is your obsession with Brandon? Joe, how long have you been watching basketball, Joe? How long have you been watching basketball, Joe? Joe, how long you watching basketball, Joe? Are you on mute or am I on mute? Talk to me, man. Joe's yeah. Check your mic, Joe. Take your time with it. Let me see.
I said
okay.
ever since I was 7 years old.
It's a long time. It's a long time. Okay.
It's a long time.
What is the obsession with Brandon? What do you see in Brandon Podziemski?
Yeah.
That makes you say, ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that either. I'm not a big fan of his game. I think he does things well. I don't think he's like standing out where he's untouchable on a trading block, and then you play him over Kuminga, which the kid came from the G League, man. He played in the college, and this kid is so super talented, and you just wasted some of his early developmental years with this bullshit, you know?
What does it say about Steve Kerr's coaching prowess? Say what you want about coaches, in the NBA, and what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. Say what you want. Eric Spoelstra got folks running going there, playing, and then leaving and making money. Steve Kerr, you can't make Kuminga work, baby. He can't work. He can't work on your offense.
Steve Kerr's worried about making sure the NBA lessens the season next year, so he thinks it's too much on the body. So he's worried about those comments.
These are the things that make me frustrated during the season and I empathize with basketball teams because Golden State, you guys are going through. You just went through a mini dynasty a couple years ago.
Yeah,
you must be frustrated at the strategy that you see that's going down with your guy Wardell.
Yeah.
I don't think they got a strategy, Danny. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they got a strategy. Ever since Bob Myers left, I think that franchise has been going in a different direction. And I'm only saying that because they're really trying to hold on to Curry as long as they can, honestly. And I don't know how long he's going to tolerate this. And I think he's going to end this year. His if they let him go, my thing is to end his years in Charlotte.
I said 4 years. I said 4 years, maybe possibly. Yeah. So, what are you doing with his 4 years? You just going to keep Draymond around and act like he's going to be the, savior. What are you doing? But I'll land the plane with Kuminga. Yeah. You go back to JJ. Go back to JJ.
Oh, Jalen Johnson. The All-Star.
No.
It's
you mean Jaren Jackson.
JJ. Go back. From
who's Utah?
The Grizzlies to Utah. I think you
had
Jaren
Jackson. Double J. Yeah.
Double J. That double J. Yeah. Excuse me. That double J. Sure. It's in the game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Joe Cruz, Sir Denny Blanco. When you find that, some producer Randy J. Cruz is going to find that graphic. Never a fan of his game. Never, ever.
Really?
It is awkward. It is awkward. Game.
Randy, what is his numbers? We'll take our time with this. It's surgical now. What is his numbers as a?
I'll get it.
Is a pet peeve of mine. Pet peeve of mine is a 7-footer who doesn't rebound. That's a pet peeve of mine. It angers me because especially in today's game, when chances are you're probably the tallest guy on the court at any given moment. Chances are you're the tallest guy. The other day the Knicks played 5 guards. Had Embiid, you had OG Anunoby guarding Embiid. Okay, so what is the average rebounding?
Right now, he's averaging 5.8, so 6 rebounds. He's averaging 19 points a game and 2 assists, shooting about 48% from the field.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, bro. You're talking about an offense that he has to create himself because they can't get somebody to bring him to give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? And he don't got the kind of game to kind of bring the ball like Adebayo. But he has an awkward game. But he's very crafty. He knows how to score. Like, honestly, he knows how to score. And when he gets on a hot streak, he could put some buckets in. He can put some buckets up there. Then let's not get it twisted.
No,
He's an all-star too, but
God,
very awkward game.
God bless Utah Jazz. They're gonna look great next year.
They are.
Keontae George. Listen,
Is a bad man. Is a bad man.
Your boy a problem.
I've been telling Rennie for like this season, like I've been watching these new players. I'm like, yo, this Keontae. I know nobody watching Utah.
Yeah,
but
Utah.
Him and Collier is good in the backcourt. I like.
Yeah,
Keontae
Utah. You look up sometimes they be losing by 30. True.
Yeah.
True indeed.
Yeah.
But there'd be nights where I look up and I'm like, he got 40.
Yeah.
He got 40.
Exactly.
Wait, didn't and I think this dude just did the Collier. He just had 20 something assists the other night.
Yeah, I think he matched or tied up with John Stockton all the time. Yeah, they got a good backcourt, and then Keontae put in these numbers even when Larry Marketing be hurt. So that when I watched the game, I'm like, who's scoring these points, bro? And I'd be like, Keontae 29, 28.
Yep.
Like,
they be putting their number one defensive player on Keontae, and he'd be like, here's 30. Light. Don't one-on-one, no help, just me. Here's 30.
And he competes.
Oh no, he has a motor. I love it. He has a motor. He has a motor on him. But yeah, no, Utah look good next year. So God bless Utah.
And they got rid of Walter Clayton Jr. Their draft pick last year, which I thought was kind of like odd. But they had a log jam with the guards, and I think Collier is a strong guard that could really push the pace. And it kind of goes well with Keontae. But I was kind of shocked about Walter Clayton getting out of here real quick.
Yeah.
So let me go back. Oh, got you. So Triple J goes to Utah along with Conchar, Jock Landale, Vince Williams for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, George Niang, and 3 future first-round picks going to Memphis. And like we mentioned, the fact that it's going to be Triple J, Laurie Marketing, Kessler, Keontae George, Ace Bailey. So they'll have a nice roster coming into next year. There's a couple other guys on the bench. I don't know. I know the starting 5 is that. So again, this is more of a next year thing, kind of start over. But I like, one, he stays in the Western Conference. 2, you put him and Marketing together. One is the more finesse shooter. JJ is the more kind of shooter, but not
2 7-footers that don't rebound. Show enough.
I think that's why Walker is there. Like, all right, man, JJ gonna get his shots off. Laura Marketing, Kessler, you gonna fucking rebound. Keontae, you get your 15, 20 a game.
They got Filipowski too.
Filipowski, Ace Bailey for
That's
year
true
2.
too.
So
yeah.
And plus the fact that Memphis is probably stockpiling stuff in the event of a Ja Morant trade, or he's still with Memphis. We don't know what's going to happen with him. If they're going to build again around him, or if he's on the way out come summertime. But I like this move for Utah. It's more of a future move for the team. And yeah, either JJ or Ja Morant was getting out of Memphis. And I guess he had the higher value, Jaren Jackson, because he was courted by a few teams. I think the Knicks, the Warriors, some other teams. So I guess he had a higher value, a higher trade value for Memphis to make a deal. And I think this was the first deal of the whole deadline. If I'm not mistaken, like the major.
It was a domino.
Yeah, he was the first domino. Then it came Harden and everybody else.
Never forget. I'm sorry, Joe. Please go ahead.
No. Good.
I was going to say, never forget. These trades happen not only when a team needs a boost, or a team wants to get younger, or a team wants to reset the button of the direction of the team when it comes to getting back to the lottery. Yeah. A lot of times it comes down to just money. It's money. It's business, and it's money.
Yeah.
When they want you, they'll find the money.
Yep.
I'll say that again slowly for those that didn't hear me the first time. When they want you, they'll find the money. Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant. Situations where it's like, yo, there's no money. It's like, wait, who wants to come? We'll find the money.
Yeah.
James Harden wanted more money. They said we can't find them for you, Playboy. John Morant is owed $86 million in 2 years. $86 million.
Damn.
In 2 years. 40 plus in 2 years. 40 plus millies. Memphis. Go ahead, please. I was gonna say Memphis is getting rid of him.
I just asked Randy before the show. I said, "What they gonna do with him? If what they gonna do with John Morant? Let him sit down and get a paycheck? Because it's not like Cam Spencer and Tyler Jerome ain't really putting in work. They're putting in work, and they're having fun, and they're playing.
All of a sudden, you see
yeah.
You just said, I get to play. All I got to do is run these sets. Watch this. 20 and 8. Light.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was injured, but like just to be thrusted into the roster, I asked Randy, I said, what happens if you don't get moved? Like, he gonna sit there and just thug it out to the whole time and just take a check because we can't move him to the end of the season. So it looks like that's gonna happen. And that's one thing before we move on from Triple J, what I like about the Utah Jazz. One, I like to play because no matter how it goes, right? They're still going to be top 3 and getting this draft pick. And this draft is loaded. This draft is loaded with talent. So whatever they land, they're going to get on top of what they're getting. They're going to get a top 5 guarantee, if not top 3 draft pick, depending on how they lay out the rest of the season, because the Wizards is tanking on purpose. We all know that.
I mean, listen, they might get
and there's another kid I want you guys to keep an eye on. Bryce Senderberg, shooting guard. He puts up buckets.
From where?
On the Utah Jazz. Bryce
okay.
So what I'm saying in terms of Utah as you add in Triple J to that. You got this draft pick coming up. You got young guards. You got some young talent. They're tough, and they've been through the growing pains. I think Utah has a little shot to kind of definitely improve next year. So I like this trade for Triple J, and I hope that this helps him to play his game, because I know playing under with Ja in Memphis, it's a lot of pressure, a lot of eyes. So I hope he gets back the joy that he wants to play with, where he needs to be at in Utah.
Listen, I don't mind it being about business. I don't mind it being about business. But don't spit in my eye and tell me it's raining. Don't do that. Giannis told me I want to be a Bucks for life. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah,
no, you do not. Stop it.
I feel the way towards him. With that.
Stop it. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're upset.
Then you do all this bullshit right now, and you're not even trying to move. Period. So you just all this white noise you're doing was just white noise, bro.
You're upset. You're upset because Giannis. You're upset because my point was earlier. What I said previous was that if it's going to be about the money, let it be about the money. If it's going to be about the trade, let it be about the trade. Yeah. Don't talk about I want to win it I want to win a championship when you know it's about money, or I want to stay here at this team when you know you really don't. You know you really don't want to stay with the Bucks. You see what don't ask Ja if he wants to stay with the Memphis Grizzlies.
He made that loud and clear. He made that loud and clear.
It's going to be.
And
I respect that.
And he told that coach, "I'm not playing for you, homie."
Yeah, he told that coach straight to his face, "F you."
Yep. Yeah.
Deuces. I'm not playing for you. And they was like, "All right, bet. We'll find another place for you. No problem."
Yeah.
So you talk about the tweet that Giannis put out earlier?
He's been just in terms of what he's been doing the last. Yeah. Just in general, what he's been doing. Yeah. You see what James Harden did to Philly at one point. He said, "Yo, I'm not coming back. I'm gonna trade me. The general manager's a liar. I'm not coming back." Yeah. I respect that. I don't respect this James Harden talking about, I didn't ask for a trade and it's about the money.
Danny, you saw this tweet right here? Because I didn't see this. This is the first time I've seen this.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he said, legends don't chase, they attract. What are you trying to say? Now they're gonna come to you to Milwaukee?
No.
So wait, when you say chase, what do you mean, Giannis?
Yeah.
You mean chase like chase the championship? You mean like Kevin Durant? So Kevin Durant's not a legend?
That's how I'm taking it. That's how I feel about it. Like you're being Yeah, Rennie.
This is what Giannis said.
No, don't play that. You get copyright. Yeah, you don't play. You probably get copyright. I don't want you to copyright. But yeah, he did the Wall Street.
I'm not fucking leaving. I know. He said he ain't leaving.
Bro. See you in the summer. Yeah, that's right. In the summer, then you leave for nothing. That's all right. And here's the conversation also too that I saw online. Does Giannis have to be a number one wherever he goes?
Depending on where he goes.
Does Giannis have to be the number one option wherever he goes? That it has to be. He has to be the number one. Yes or no?
At this point in time, yes. Or he needs to be 1A, 1B. For sure. He does.
I mean, yeah, bro. If you trade Giannis to Miami tomorrow,
okay,
or summertime, is he not the number one option?
Yes, on Miami.
Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about that. Go ahead.
That's why I'm saying depends where you go to. So now, if you trade him to LA Lakers, it's 1A, 1B, him and Luka, because there's a good chance LeBron's not even on the Lakers next year.
It minimizes the places he could possibly go, obviously, Randy, right?
Right. If he went to Minnesota, which was also the rumor, is Giannis or Ant-Man the number one option?
As Ant-Man's team.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It depends where you go. If you went to Memphis, he's number one. If you went to Miami, he's number one. If he goes to Lakers, he's probably number two with Luka. He's probably number two, which I don't want to see that because that's not fair.
That's not fair.
Giannis, if Giannis went to Golden State, is he the number one option, or is still? I think he is.
I think he is too.
Because Durant was the number one option in the Warriors, even with Curry.
Yeah, because Durant can shoot the basketball from anywhere in the court. Because Durant can shoot anywhere in the court.
Yeah, he was number one. He was number one when he was there in terms of KD and Golden State. But yeah, it just for me, I'm looking at the landscape of where Giannis can possibly want to go or want to force his hand to go, and I'm asking myself, can he play?
So let me ask you this, Denny.
Two?
The other team that's mentioned that we're not mentioning is he likes to go to the New York Knicks. So if he goes to the New York Knicks, is he a number one option or is he number two option? Because that was a rumor that he said today. He had three destinations. He had New York, Miami, and LA. So since we're talking about 1A, 1B, or 1 and 2, how you feel about that if that happens?
Well, if you go to a team, if you're a former MVP and you go to a team and there's no former MVP on the team, are you number one option? I think so. Okay. If you're a former MVP, let me backtrack. I apologize. Let me say it slowly again. If you're a former MVP with a championship and you come on a team and nobody on the team has a former MVP or a championship ring, I think you're the number one option.
With a defensive player of the year.
I think you're the number one option.
Fair enough. All right, ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have the graphic for it, but real quick, we saw a couple of deals made by Chicago. Kobe White goes to Charlotte. I had that. So Kobe White and Mike Conley goes to the Hornets, while Colin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round picks go to the Chicago Bulls. Chicago also sent out what's it, guys? I don't have it in front of me. To Minnesota. Let me see. Oh, Ayo Dosunmu goes to Minnesota.
I like that for Minnesota. I like that.
Ayo Dosunmu.
Yep. That'll help with the SGAs, the Lucas. Mm-hmm.
So while Chicago, they're gonna get Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round picks. Julian Phillips also goes to Minnesota. So I like that. I like the trade for Minnesota. They were very heavy in that Giannis joint, but obviously they got Gobert, they got Randall, they got Dante, they got Ant-Man. They now they have Dosunmu with the roster. So still standing pat, a little tweak here and there, try to make some noise in the Western Conference. But Not a bad deal for Minnesota, and I like the Kobe White deal for Charlotte. Charlotte's been really, they're young, they're exciting. When you have LaMelo, Bridges, B. Miller, Canupo, and
I like what
who-
they're doing in Charlotte, and I like Kobe
they're
White.
doing
That's
some
gonna
noise.
be
Yeah.
something stable for them at the guard position, because sometimes ball could be a little extra.
So that means you could probably put LaMelo to the. Okay, now we figure out, does Kobe White start? Yes or no? Because you got Bridges, you got Canupo, you got B. Miller, the big man. Help me out here. The big man.
I forget they're big. I
The
forget
body-
they're big, but even
on Charlotte,
Yeah,
I forget they're big.
it's like a Musa or Diata. It's like a
yeah.
Either
yes, Miles Bridges.
Musa
They're say again.
Musa Diabate.
Yeah,
You put Miles Bridges, Con Canupo. You put Miles Bridges at the 4, Con Canupo at the 3. With Brandon, you can put Brandon at the 2,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then you can put obviously Ball at the 1, or you can even go smaller depending on how you want to go. But I like the option of bringing Kobe off the bench to run the second unit, and have him go cray. So I like their youth. It's good. I like what they're doing.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think Corey White becomes like the Lou Williams or Jamal Crawford for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Listen, my best friend Kendrick feels like every time he watches LaMelo Ball is like watching an M1 mixtape. And I remember me watching them last year where like every shot he took was a bad shot.
Yep.
But his court vision was just so crazy. Like he'll throw a lot from 3/4 court. Like he was awesome, right? But he was just like a video game, just had nothing. He had no accountability, right? This new coach comes in, changed the whole culture, brings in Canupo, brings in his, Brandon Miller is healthy. LaMelo Ball was playing fantastic, and they have a 7-game winning streak. Like this is the Charlotte Hornets, and honestly, people were like making fun of them, but I enjoy watching them. They're actually cool, and the announcers on the telecast are hilarious. But they're playing with a lot of identity. I like that new coach that's just putting a lot of stock into LaMelo, but hold him accountable. And the way they brought Canupo on, like listen, Canupo's a bad man, B. Like they call him the calm man for a reason. So like he is for me exceeded expectations. Honestly,
Well, he would win. He would win Rookie of the Year if it wasn't for Cooper Flag.
Yes, but like to shoot the ball from that, from that precise 90% free throw shooter. Listen, any likes to compete, any plays D, and he's tough. I think the Hornets stole one this in this past draft. They definitely
100%, 1,000%. He has a motor on him. He does not like to lose. I like that.
He's cash.
So Kobe White's getting 18 a game. Charlotte, as of today, is 11th.
Yes.
So they're in that anywhere from 7 right now to 11. You're pretty much like 2.5, 3 games out. Obviously, the play-in is from 7, 8, 9, 10, and the same old people. Miami, Atlanta, Chicago, Orlando, and Charlotte are in that mix for the play-in game, a play-in situation. Because before that will be Toronto at 6. Also, I don't want to forget a couple things. The Lakers traded Gabe Vincent to Atlanta for Luke Kennard. I don't want to forget that. So LA gets one more shooter. Gabe was okay in LA or whatever.
He was hurt too. Yeah.
He was hurt most of the time. So
yeah, for sure.
What else we have?
You know, it's interesting. What I found very, very interesting. Early on in the season, folks was talking about Michael Porter Jr. Oh, Michael Porter Jr. Oh, Michael Porter Jr. scored this. Michael Porter Jr. scored this, scored that. So he scored 25 points. I said, bruv, what else? What else can he do? What else can he do besides score 25 points? What else can he possibly give you? He's like, oh, he's going to get traded. He's going to get picked up. Anybody pick him up?
No. They cut Cam Thomas, which I was
and they cut Cam Thomas. What does that say? What does that say? They're saying their guards right now on the Brooklyn Nets that they got playing right now are better than Cam Thomas?
Yeah,
Cam's a bucket.
Brooklyn is just Brooklyn right now, bro. They just trying to
I
stock
saw the-
on draft picks, bro. Like
I just saw the Lakers beat them by like 500 the other day. They
Mhm.
Okay.
lost. The Lakers lost to the Knicks, and it was like, you know what? We're not losing to Brooklyn.
Okay.
We're going to beat them by 500. And I saw I saw a little bit of it, and I was just like, what's going on here? This is
Yeah.
Cam Thomas.
I think you're supposed to put some more respect on Michael Porter Jr.'s name, okay? My man was the borderline all-star this year.
No, God bless. You're going to still average 25 in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Okay.
God bless.
Great.
You know what I mean? Like and that's the funny thing too. I'm like,
that was your team though. Remember? That was your team though. Like, do you want to go back in time? You want to go back in the Cruise Control podcast and say that you was a Brooklyn Nets fan? So now you're over here shitting on MP3? MPJ? Have you really watched him play this year? Have you watched him play this year?
Nope.
One game. Danny, don't.
I've watched Michael Porter Jr. play. He averages 25 points and that's it. How many rebounds does he average? 4. How many assists does he average? 4. While your man Jalen Johnson in Atlanta is a baby. A baby. Don't you? A baby. Averaging what is Jalen Johnson? What is Jalen Johnson averaging as a baby? He's 23. He's 23.
It's different. I'm not going there though.
No, I'll let you talk.
I'm not going there with him.
I'll let you talk. Randy J. Cruz.
Yes, sir.
What is Jalen Johnson averaging?
Got you right now. Jalen Johnson stats. Give me 1 second. Jalen Johnson, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists.
And Michael Porter Jr. averages 25 points.
Michael Porter Jr., 26 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists.
7 rebounds, 3 assists.
And I never told you that I was comparing him to Jalen Johnson. I told you 3 weeks ago he's an all-star.
No,
okay.
I'm not.
Don't disrespect Jalen Johnson. I'm saying MP3 is tough.
No, I know you love him.
All right.
My point is, I was talking about Michael Porter Jr. being a trade asset to be picked up to help another team take that next step. And it's clear that these teams are looking at him and saying, you're not the guy to help us take that next step. What else can you provide us besides shooting threes? You were on Denver shooting threes. They said that's not enough.
Yeah, where's Cam Johnson at? Hurt. So who got the better trade for that? Is the Brooklyn Nets. If you want to be real with you, because they don't. Cam Johnson is going to be a contributor on this team when he gets healthy.
I totally forgot he was on that roster.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
So thank you. And you never thought. Look at me. You never thought that Michael Porter Jr. was going to score average 28 points a game on the Brooklyn Nets.
No, I thought he was going to average 20, like 22.
Okay, thank you.
23. I didn't think he was going to do 26. I didn't know he was going to do 26, but it's 26 on the Nets. It's 26 on the Nets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right. Cool. You got it.
What's next?
Just to circle up a few more. Orlando also sent Tyus Jones to Charlotte, so Charlotte making some little moves in the point guard department. Orlando and Miami made no deals. I mean, as far as like receiving people, very shocked the Miami Heat did not do anything.
Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I'm in the Boston, New York last 2. Cavaliers also sent Lonzo Ball to Utah. So Utah gets Jaren Jackson Jr. They get Lonzo Ball. They get some other pieces. I'm like, hey.
They'll look okay. They get AJ. Sweet baby.
Hello. That's what I'm saying. Hello.
No. But Joe, that's too much, right? That's too much that Utah goes into the draft and drafts a guy who's playing for BYU who's in Utah?
Maybe.
Nah, too much, right?
Come on, bro. You never know. We seen someone from Akron, Ohio get drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. We saw someone from Chicago get drafted by Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose. So like it's not far-fetched, but depends where Utah is at. If Utah's in the top 3, they got a very big chance of getting the Mansa. So.
Too much dip on the cracker. No.
With Laurie Marketing and those guys.
I'm with you, Danny. I know you're going at. There's a lot of under table stuff going on with Danny Ainge and all this stuff
There's
with
too much
BYU.
dip on the cracker.
And he's
Come
from
on.
Boston, and Jay Ainge is from Boston. I already know what's going on.
Let's just slow down,
Let's
bro. Yeah,
Let's
we
see.
don't need Utah just turning the corner and being a perennial
Yo,
team off of
imagine
one
that, though.
off of one a couple of trades the year before, and then a draft pick just coming on it and saying, "Come on, bro."
It's anyway, they're gonna get a
What?
dope draft pick, man.
You're saying
Peterson,
conspiracy with
Boozer.
Utah?
Yeah. D-Wade, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think so. It's ironic that he goes there and he's close to Danny Ainge. He has a Boston affiliation. It's just winky.
Oh, that's right. You're saying that right. The AJ's from Boston originally, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Come
So
on,
Danny
bro.
Ainge is a Boston Celtic, and he went to
Come
Utah.
on,
And
bro.
Utah
Come on.
and
Too much.
and Danny Ainge went to BYU.
It's too much. Dip on the
wow.
cracker. Come
Yes.
on.
That's what we're saying, Randy. That's what we're saying. It's not. Listen, it's gonna add up. I'm gonna add up. But if they're trying to get it to that point where if the ping pong balls go a certain way, they can get this kid right from the backyard. How they try to set up for more before the beginning.
If there's an opportunity, if Danny Ainge has an opportunity to get that kid, I think he's going to take everything and do anything in his power to do so.
Yes, I agree.
You mentioned we mentioned Boston, right?
Yeah, I'm saying because right now they probably have Utah in the top 6 as of right now. So the Bands are probably they got on this mock draft. The Bands are going to Indiana at number 3. So they got Cam Boozer going to. Even Atlanta got getting a pick from New Orleans right now. It could be a top 2 pick, maybe Cam Boozer. They got Sacramento having the worst, the number 1 pick for Darren Peterson from Kansas. So we'll see how that.
They'd be a fool. They would be a fool. The Sacramento Kings.
Also, Jared McCain from Philly goes to OKC.
Yes.
So OKC just picking.
If the Kings had an opportunity to get the number one draft pick, and they don't get AJ,
right? Yeah,
I
agree.
What?
I agree.
So you mentioned Big Vooch, and a second round pick going to Boston for Anthony Simons, and a second round pick. So
yeah, I like what Boston's trying to do. However, Vucevic is not. I think we're going to see if he clogs the lane up for Jaylen Brown's drives along with Pritchard, because he is not a stretch. He's not a stretch, clearly. And obviously Boston has done very well when they've gone to the championships, when all 5 players are able to shoot that 3. You put Vucevic on that court, now you got it down to 4 players that can shoot that 3. So it's going to be interesting to see. Shout out to Missoula. He is an actual coach that it's not about a system. It's not about a system. He's a coach. It's not about the system. It's about him being a coach and saying, what players do I have? What players do I have? You mess around. Missoula may win coach of the year. Mess around.
Really?
Mess around?
Why?
Who's doing more?
Why
Who's
do you
doing
think
more
Missoula?
with less? Who's doing more
The
with
Charlotte
less?
Hornet coach should get consideration.
Not based on that record.
No, I'm saying consideration. I didn't say.
Yeah. Okay, I got
I
you.
like the coach of the year.
Right
Bickerstaff, Bernie Bickerstaff
From Detroit.
Detroit, maybe.
hold
on. Did he win last year? Am I bugging?
I think why do I remember him winning last year too? Maybe he did.
Well, he can't win it twice. So
yeah,
I like the coach from Toronto.
Toronto.
I like the coach.
He's been doing well. I'm just talking about. I'm not saying he's gonna win it, but there's
right.
some coaches I see changing franchises when I watch them on freaking League Pass every night. I'm like, yo, why these kids win? These kids are winning.
Okay, hold up. So Kenny Atkinson won last year for Cleveland.
Okay,
64 games. So the Detroit coach can be in that mix.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be Bickerstaff.
Yeah, I think Bickerstaff.
It could be big. I like the Toronto selection. If you go out west,
I like Dennis. I like Missoula. I like Missoula too.
Listen, Missoula is doing when I'll be the 1,000%
Yeah,
honest
I
with
agree.
you guys. I thought Boston would be 6th, 7th seed
Mhm.
early on last year
Yep.
when Tatum went down. I looked around and I said, well, you got rid of Al Horford,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was just Jaylen Brown. I said we're gonna obviously have to see what Peyton Pritchard can possibly do, and see what the other players are able to generate in terms of wins. And I look up, and Jaylen Brown is like, "Don't worry about it. I'll be the
Mm-hmm.
number one option on offense, and I'll defend their
Yeah.
best player on defense." Peyton Pritchard comes on. He does what
Mm-hmm.
he does, and he's actually does well for a lot of people have to understand. Peyton Pritchard is nasty at his height. He can ball. And when
Yeah.
Drew Holiday was like, yo, Peyton Pritchard's nasty, I was like, okay, because
I
Drew
saw Peyton
Holiday,
Pritchard live, my own two eyes, bro.
yeah,
That's a bad
when
white boy. I saw him live.
Drew Holiday was like, yo, he can ball, I knew it because Drew Holiday plays defense. And if
Nah,
he can
he can't.
stop Holiday, if Holiday couldn't stop Peyton Pritchard, then I knew he was legit. But shout out to Missoula because he has those Boston Celtics, and you add Vucevic, they're gonna make a run in the playoffs. How deep the run is, I don't
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, I don't see them. Do I see them beating anybody in a 4-game series? Pistons, the Knicks, or even the Cavs? No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think for the coach of the year, it could be Detroit. It could be Toronto. It could be.
Shout out to Mike Brown. Could be
Mike Brown too.
I was gonna say Mike Brown, but I didn't want to be like the homer here. So
that's why I saved you, Playboy. That's why I'm here.
San Antonio could be up there because they're second in the West.
Mitch Johnson. Yes.
Yeah.
Even time missing Wemby. They still are 34-16.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, the one team people are not really talking about that we thought were going to be like, is like Phoenix. Like Phoenix is like, number 7, 31-20. I know they're not top 5, but still to have, Booker and a guy like Dylan Brooks be a really good impact on Phoenix should be some consideration, because if you ask me prior, do I see Phoenix in the mix? No, I don't see Phoenix in the mix, man, because you got Minnesota, Lakers, Rockets, Denver, but they're in that top 8, so I want to give them some love. But
definitely the Phoenix Suns with Dylan Brooks. Say what you want about Dylan Brooks. Say he's a dirty player. I'd agree with you. Say he's an annoying player. I'd agree with you. But you can never say he doesn't change the defensive culture of the team he joins. If they're not playing, if they're bottom 20 in defense, he gets their top 10.
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah. He's really impressed me this year. I'm highly impressed with his game, and he has a game that's not really sexy, but it's efficient.
No, it's efficient.
It's efficient, and he locks down. He does not stand away from competition. I have grown a lot more respect for Dylan Brooks. I know, all my friends have mentioned about him since Oregon, but we never really seen this true side of him. This is a really different side of Dylan Brooks, and I'm. It's exciting to see him play on this level. I mean, he's playing like an all-star, and without Devin Booker too. So,
if I ask you how much you think Dylan Brooks averages, what would you tell me?
22, 23.
I was gonna say 23, like 23, 24, like Norman Powell. Like
21.
Okay.
21 while defending the other team's best wing guard most of the nights, or sometimes their best big most of the nights. And when you have two guys on the team, Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks, two guys on opposite sides of the courts who are just what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just looking for the right word. They're I would call them psychotic when it comes to the way they do their jobs.
Okay.
They don't care who's in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Devin Booker on offense, he's trying to take your head off on offense, and Dylan Brooks on defense, he's trying to take your head off on defense. So they're a match made in heaven.
No, that was a great trade for the Suns. That's definitely a great pickup. So,
according to Chris Haynes, Giannis never asked for a trade and is happy and committed to the Milwaukee Bucks. All right. The last
I'm done. Oh boy, I'm done with
um
that.
so I guess the last trade that happened at the very end of the trade deadline, Jose Alvarado from the Pelicans goes to the New York Knicks. Um I forgot it was for the dude who they got last night in the Yabusele trade. So regardless, Grand Theft Alvarado is coming to the New York Knicks. Uh, a guy that can be great offensively and defensively, be that pest that is gonna annoy the shit out of you on defense. The one guy you hate to play against, but the one guy you love to have on your team is a guy like Alvarado. New York kid, Christ King, Queens. He played in pretty much every New York City tournament. But a guy that is coming back home and to play for the Knicks in an environment where we're talking playoffs, we're talking conference finals, we're talking NBA finals. So just knowing that from the jump of what he's gonna give you night in, night out basis coming from New Orleans in that situation. Um, I'm happy for the kid. We know him to a degree, but just seeing him coming back to New York and play for the Knicks, and the Garden is gonna love him. The fans are gonna attract to him because he's nonstop. He's gonna give you 1,000% on the road, at home. Plus the fact that the Deuce injury messed up that he'll probably be out until the playoffs. So this is a good replacement for Deuce to keep that momentum, to be in that top two, top three range in the Eastern Conference. And they're gonna chant this Jose chant in the Garden, quite lovely. I can't wait. So at the 25th hour, the Knicks made that deal to get Alvarado to the Knicks.
Let me address. Let me shout out to make 2 points before we get out of here, please. It's in the game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Sir Danny Blanco, Joe Cruz. Before we get out of here, I just want to make 2 points. Number one, shout out to Leon Rose for building a hell of a team. Number one. It's number one. Number two, I believe in your best chances. I'm referring to the New York Knicks. Obviously, Alvarado is a great pickup. He's going to solidify this bench. But I honestly believe your team, your New York Knicks team, is best with Landry in the starting lineup. I don't want to see Josh Hart in the starting lineup ever again. That's just me. Jalen Brunson, Landry, Mikal, OG, and Cat. And if you have to go big, obviously you just slide everybody down. But Landry, his defense, and his willingness to shoot when open, no hesitation. And that's been Josh Hart's problem a lot of the times. However, Landry Shamet will defend your best guard. His point of attack is me. He reminds me of myself a little bit, where I'm just not letting you be comfortable up there. On the wing, you got these guys that just let you catch it. And you understand, Joe, you smiling because you understand what I'm saying. You got guys that'll let you catch it, let you tie your shoes, take pictures. And then you got guys that when you catch it, they right here. Just give me some room to breathe. That's Landry Shamet. So I'm excited to see the second half of the season. You add Grand Theft or Alvarado to the second unit. I love Mike Brown's also his rotations. Everybody seems spry when they get back into the game. If you noticed also too, everybody just seems jumpy when they get back into the game because they're rested. Because they're rested. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens in the second half.
I love Alvarado. I think he's one of the feistiest guards you're ever going to get in the NBA. When you can compete at the level of Chris Paul and get in his face and be able to get the scuffles with Mark Williams and all these attributes that the Knicks is missing in terms of toughness. Not missing, but in addition to the toughness they're trying to build, because OG and Mikel and those guys you mentioned are tough, and also for the point guard position, we all know Jalen Brunson is dynamic, but he can't guard himself, right? So having another guard, with Miles being out, having another tough guard that doesn't mind the moment, the pressure, is in his backyard. Listen, we heard about this a couple weeks ago, Danny. I thought it was a nice rumor. I was hoping it worked out. I didn't think it would work out because they're guard heavy. I like this trade for them. This gives them identity. This gives them that 90s feel in terms of the Knicks, in terms of like guarding up and pressuring. And he's gonna make the opponent life a living hell. And he'll tell you about it. Now, offensively, I want to see how he contributes. I think he needs to work on his outside shot in terms of making that more consistent. Now that you got double teams, you're gonna have to knock those shots down. Like you said, you got to knock those shots down in the corner. But I think it's a great addition. Very subtle. I think they made a great decision in getting rid of Yabusele. I think he was out of rotation, took up a lot of space, and they had to find ways to kind of implement them in the offense where he totally looked like he was a deer in headlights. And to get Jose for the price they got him for, I thought it was a steal.
It was definitely a steal.
Photo steal.
No, definitely steal. His point of attack, just like Landry, is going to be great. Just like Deuce McBride, his point of attack on defense is phenomenal. So it just it adds to the Knicks team for sure.
I think that's pretty much it of all the.
How about the AD, man?
We took your AD, the Wizards.
We did. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how quick it was. No, I don't. We're good. We're good.
I mean, it's right here. I said
No,
Exum. I said Middleton.
No,
yeah.
We're good. That's the Wizards, man. That's what we. That's what we had.
No, but at least the Mavericks, they're getting the draft picks now.
Yeah.
To kind of build, not kind of, but to build around Flag. You still got Kyrie there. You still got Klay Thompson there. Lively, Gafford. So I don't know what the Mavericks are gonna do this year. I think they're gonna play it out. I don't think Kyrie plays the whole entire season. I mean, if you're a Mav fan, it's like you go from Luka to like, oh, we got AD, and it just doesn't work out. He gets hurt, and yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
No, I was saying that just a year ago, they had Luka Doncic. They had all this emotion. A year later, Nico Harris is not even here, and that whole franchise has been totally upside down.
No, Nico's still there. Better believe he's still there.
Nico Harrison is still where?
In Mavericks.
Oh, he didn't get fired,
bro.
I thought he got fired, big bro.
He did?
He got fired, bro. Yeah.
Oh.
I believe he got fired, if I'm not mistaken.
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah, they let him go.
And this is my point why I want to bring it back, because I think everybody wants to talk about the Luka trade, who won this, who won that, the comparison between AD and the compensation, what they gave up for Luka. You blow it all up in 1 year after the fact that you made one of the worst and biggest trades in NBA history. To see it a year later, Denny, to blow it right in front of your face and tell me that he only played 28 games out of his stint with Dallas, and you're going to tell me that you're going to throw him to the Wizards, and that's what you got to show for Luka Doncic. Change your whole franchise and just dismantle it. And now they got Cooper Flag. I get it, but now from where you was just a couple years ago in NBA Finals, you're in purgatory. It's amazing how, like you said, it's about the money. It's about people in power, and they want to make the decisions. And sometimes, like the Dallas Mavericks, this wasn't the right decision to make, and they're paying all the repercussions for this move. And I just want to shout out Nico Harrison for this disaster.
Man, listen, the owner has to approve of everything. Forget the GM. The owner has to say yes. The owner has to say yes. The GM could suggest whatever he wants. If the owner doesn't press the button, it doesn't happen. So let's not act like there's no accountability for the owner actually believing that. And once again, I've said before and I'll say it again, I would have traded Luka if I was Dallas too. That's just me.
Really? Last year? Really?
Yes.
Why?
After the championship run, So you go out to the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals? NBA Finals.
No,
right?
the NBA Finals. Yeah.
Yeah, NBA Finals. NBA Finals. They obviously saw a Luka Doncic that they didn't feel was committed. And they felt that based on the Dallas Mavericks, they didn't want to pay him the money that he was going to ask for in the future. He's going to ask for 5-year, $200 million contract, 6 year, $200 million. And they said, do we want to give him that money? And the answer was no. Business. It's not personal, baby. It's not personal, baby. It's business.
Not with those numbers that he was still putting up.
Yeah.
He ain't look committed, little overweight, whatever. But bro, your man was getting 30.
That's all right.
Your man was getting 30, 10, and 10.
That's
on
all right.
a nightly basis. Put up 73 against Atlanta. Come on, bro. Like
he's doing that with the Lakers too.
For you to trade that man at that point in time,
Lakers going to
you get no first round picks for that guy.
Lakers going to no. They got Cooper Flag though.
Bro, that was not part of the plan, bro.
I didn't think it. No, I didn't. No, I'm not saying it's part of the plan, but my point being, sometimes that happens where you lose a player, and then next thing you know, you blink your eye, and then you get another player you can build around. So let's not just act like the Dallas Mavericks don't have a generational talent. 19 years old, dropping numbers, talking about numbers better than LeBron when LeBron was playing.
But they do, but that it makes the story better. Yeah, we traded Luka, but hey, we got Cooper Flag. There was no guarantee that they were gonna get the fucking number 1 pick. They could they could have traded Luka and got number 5. They're like, damn, the fuck is that? You do all that for that. So they got lucky. And like you mentioned earlier about the Danny Ainge and BYU conspiracy, bro, we saw this years ago when the Pelicans traded Ann Davis to the Lakers, and what happened? They get the fucking number 1 overall pick with Zion.
It's coincidental.
The Mavericks traded Luka, and look what happened the same year. You know what? Here you go. I give you the number 1 pick overall.
Like, hey, Cleveland Cavaliers.
You got teams that have been waiting decades for a number 1 pick. As a Knicks fan, you like, yo, I feel it. Number one, not since 84, since Ewing, 85 Ewing, and you get number 3. You get number 7. You get number 9. You get anything but number 1. And
Cavs got the number 1 pick 3 years in a row.
Come on,
3 years in a row.
Yeah, the 4 number 1 picks. They traded LeBron and all these guys and Bennett and then Kyrie. Also, boom, I get Wiggins. I get Anthony Bennett. I get the other anybody else they gave up. Here you go, give right back.
At the end of the day,
to the smaller markets.
At the end of the day, Dallas is going to be they're going to be fine because they're going to build around Cooper Flag and say what you want. Yes, we were talking about earlier offline about how Jason Kidd, folks is trying to challenge Jason Kidd about making Cooper Flag a point guard. And you can see some people are questioning that, but results are results, and we're going to see in terms of wins because the stats.
Mm-hmm.
Stats don't lie.
Cooper Flag.
So you're a fan. So are you a fan?
Cooper Flag. Say again.
Are you a fan of Cooper Flag?
Oh, 1,000%. I'm a fan. I was a fan of Cooper Flag when he was giving the United States team the work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
At like 17, 18, he was giving LeBron the work. They said, wait, hold on now. Slow down, white boy. Now
I like him.
He was tough. Giving Anthony Davis the work. Okay?
Yeah.
But you have to understand also, pay attention to what's going on in the league. Just pay attention. Danny Avia, what position is he playing?
Small forward. Well,
point forward.
Yeah, point forward.
Okay, thank you. Okay, playing point forward. What position is SGA playing?
Point guard.
Point.
How tall is he?
6'7", 6'8".
What position Kay Cunningham playing?
Point guard, 6'7", 6'8", 225.
You paying attention? Ball. How tall is he? LaMelo Ball.
Like
about 6'6",
6'7".
You paying attention? So you move Cooper Flag to the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get him in the pick and roll action coming downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, you get him going downhill like a Giannis situation, but Cooper Flag can shoot. Okay.
I love the kid. I've been a champion since Montverde, so I've been Rainy and I went to see him live, and listen, he's awesome. Dallas got their stuff a franchise for 10 to 15 years. If they do this one right too, hopefully. But
Yeah,
Cool Flag is tough.
they got their
He's
new
tough.
Dirk. It's light work. They
They
got their
do.
new
Yeah,
Dirk very easily. They build around him. He's already
Yep.
got the market sliced up real nice.
Mhm.
You know, he
Yep.
got the New Balance deal until
Yep.
Nike gives him an offer that he cannot refuse when he gets out of that deal. You know,
Balance is from Boston, Massachusetts area, so just another
Yep.
coinky
I mean, I also believe in J. Kidd. Like he, people were giving him flack for putting Cooper at the one. Like, listen, this is a former champion, multiple-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist guy. Like, he took this team to the finals not too long ago. If he's gonna put Cooper Flag at the point guard, my thing is, who? If it's not Cooper Flag, who's the point guard for the Mavericks?
you need to generate
No,
offense.
answer
There's
the
no
question.
no. I
Who's
don't.
the point guard?
No.
I don't believe
Nemhard.
that.
No,
Nemhard.
and that's my
Nemhard's
point.
brother.
And that's my point. You don't have guys. There's only a handful of guys right now that can generate
Buckets?
a play where it's where it's going to be an assist for somebody else. It's only a handful of guys that are doing that. So you need is Nemhard going to come off a screen and generate assists for you?
No.
Probably not. Is Cooper Flag coming off the screen? He's already 6'10". Who's guarding Cooper Flag? Maybe he's a smaller guy. He comes off the screen. He's already taller than everybody. The vision is already there. So he can pass above the bigs.
Yeah.
He can pass to the wing, just like your Luka Doncic. Yeah, the size matters. Size matters now in the league. So if that's why I'm just like, pay attention to where the league is going. Size 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" point guards. Standard are starting to become standard again in the league.
As of right now, he's averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. But the last 3 games, I think it was I saw somewhere a Jordan record. Like, nobody in their rookie year in a 3-game span has averaged more than this than Jordan. So he had 49, 34, and 36.
Baby,
the last 3 games. So y'all do the math. That's
he's
like
19.
37, 38 points a game the last 3
19.
games. And he's getting a lot of shots up, 29, 25, 24. He's playing 38, 39, 37.
He don't even know how to play. He don't even know how to play yet.
10 rebounds, 12 rebounds. And it's just 6'5", 3'6", for the assists. But I mean, they lost the games, but still, like, he's getting those reps in. But when he come back next year, it's gonna be a different.
He's a baby, doesn't know how to play, doesn't even have weight on him.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about what the acceleration would be his game in 5 years. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we're looking at the future of the NBA with this draft class that came in, and then and then this year coming up is going to be another memorable draft. So you're looking about these next 2 drafts are generational talent for us to watch the next 10 to 15 years at a high level, because you gotta see, like, Chris Paul is phasing out, LeBron is phasing out, KD not phasing out, but he's up there in age, right? Steph Curry, that wave is about to get out of here, and I like the motorcade, and I like the Donovan Mitchells, and I like these young kids, because it's time for that talent to come into the league, and I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be one of the best. These last 2 years are gonna be one of the best drafts in terms of talent. Like, I always compare '96 when you see the Steve Nash and the Kerry Kittles, and like this is when 2003 class. This is last year's class with Cooper Flag, and this one coming out is gonna be one of those.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps up the NBA trade deadline. So we got the second half of the season. I mean, we got All-Star coming up. I think we were 2 minutes. I think we were pretty much spot on who the reserves were gonna be. I think 1 or 2 we did not have, but I think we were spot on for the East. And I think we all had Kawhi, but he initially did not make it. He's on it now. They flipped Towns to the world team. I think Shea is going to be out with the injury. Don't know about Giannis, but I think we are 95% correct on the reserves for the All Star, and they all got broken up into 3 teams. So obviously, with the new format, you get two American teams in one world. Um, for those who don't know, so these teams are looking like this for the All Star game. So the world: Giannis, Advia, Luca, Shea, Joker, Jamal Murray, Siakam, Towns, and Wemby. So that's your world team. Your USA stars: Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Ant Man, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey. And the USA stripes: Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, and Norman Powell. Damn.
Danny, I told you that boy Chet gonna make the All-Star game. Told you.
That's the one. That's the one we did not have. He made it.
Who's better, Chet Holmgren or Alpi Sengun?
Alfred Sengun.
Sengun did not make it. Okay.
Thank you. That's all. That's all I wanted. That's all. I mean, like, all we want to just be is real now. That's all we want to be is real. You feel
I keep
me?
it Will Chamberlain with you. I keep it Will Chamberlain with you. Okay.
Yeah, like this has got just keep it 1,000. Like you got Alpi sitting on the bench. Your man is nasty. You don't get me wrong. You okay, Chet? You nice, but you not Alpi.
Imagine Alpi on that world team with Yoka and the Wemby, and Shea and Murray.
Luka.
Like low key, they probably got the best team in that whole roster, bro.
Sengun might make it with no Giannis or no Shea, so
I'll take that.
He might make it. Last point. So we got official NFL Hall of Fame inductees. Remember, Dennis, we did this a few weeks ago to see who would make it. They picked 5. The 5 gentlemen are Drew Brees, Adam Vinatieri, Luke Kuechly, which we didn't have, Roger Craig, and Larry Fitzgerald.
Roger Craig from San Francisco. So yeah, Drew Brees definitely had. I think I had Wayne. I had Reggie Wayne. I think.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne. Yeah, and Eli. You picked Eli too.
I picked Eli. Yeah, I thought, but I had Drew Brees off rip.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a no brainer.
Oh, and you had Suggs too, Terrell Suggs.
I had T Suggs, T Sizzle. Yeah. So
see. Once Belichick and wasn't a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Kraft.
Reggie Wayne wasn't gonna get it. Or Robert Kraft. Reggie Wayne wasn't going to get in, brother. They did those guys injustice, and I know. Listen, I don't want to. I know it's late. We'll say that for next time, but like that was injustice, man. Like, what is gonna be first ballot if those two people are on first ballot? You're gonna put Tom Brady in there? He came from the same branch.
No, I bet you Tom Brady now first ballot. It would be fucking crazy. But they do that to Kraft and Belichick.
Wait. Slow down. Wait, let me make sure I understand you correctly. Are you saying that they're? Wait, hold on. Are you saying that they're based on what they've done to Mr. Kraft and Mr. Belichick, Coach Belichick? You're saying that you absolutely are positively sure that the NFL Hall of Fame will not make Tom Brady a first ballot Hall of Fame, and if they do, it's going to be a problem.
I think this is pre-mapped out. Like, hey, once Belichick, Kraft, and Brady come on the ballot, they're not gonna be first ballot because of all the bullshit with the Spygate and all this stuff going on, like the Deflategate. Like,
I think
Tom Brady is a first ballot Hall of Famer. We know that. Bill Belichick first ballot, but they made an example of Belichick and Kraft, all that bullshit, and it will surprise me if Brady goes on first ballot, because they'll be like, oh, well, if he was a quarterback, how come the coach can't get on? So if the coach can't get on, then the quarterback can't get on. It's going to be bullshit no matter what. We all know they're first ballot, but it's like, y'all make it real obvious that it's this. And plus with how Belichick with the media, quick question, this and that, like they took the whole package of like how did Bill Belichick do all the wrong? So when he's up for a Hall of Fame, he ain't getting in first ballot. And we've seen a lot of great players who should be first ballot do not get first ballot Hall of Fame. We are all the unanimous votes, and whether it's baseball and football, it's all bullshit. But the bottom line is Tom Brady is first ballot Hall of Fame. But if he's not, it's because of what happened this year.
I believe he's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame, and the real reason why I believe he's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame because he's Tom Brady. He's different. He breaks rules clearly, and doesn't matter. Right now, do you understand what's happening right now? Forget what happened in the past. Right now, Tom Brady is the owner of the Raiders.
He's a part owner, yeah.
Part owner of the Raiders, right?
Yeah. And does Fox games, so he's still active. He's still around.
So he does. He's an owner and then does games talking about other teams every week.
I think the media part with Brady would get him to the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Because he's in the media, because he's a positive figure in the media, and Bill Belichick
you.
has been a negative behavior in that. And on top of that, Robert Kraft has been one of the best owners, but not the kind of person to come out like a Jerry Jones to speak on those situations. So I get what Denny's saying, but if Tom Brady does not walk in the first ballot Hall of Fame, I don't know who's Hall. When you mention football, it's you mention basketball, you say Jordan. You mention football, you're mentioning Brady. And if those that doesn't really get you first ballot, obviously Randy said whatever happened this year is going to dictate that. But I think the media and him being part owner is going to gravitate him to be a first ballot of fame, which is injustice to Kraft and Belichick.
You said, is it 7 rings? Is it 7?
7. 6, yeah, 7. 6 for 1. And 1 just because I wanted to dip out and go to Tampa Bay real quick.
It's 7 rings, right? I just want to, if I'm not mistaken, I see your man at the party had the 7 rings on.
And I don't fuck with Brady, bro. I'm going to tell you, I never fuck with this nigga Brady, bro. I never.
Yeah,
Brady.
7 times Super Bowl.
I never fuck
times,
with this
bro.
guy because he's a Patriot fan. And honestly, I'm not a Patriot fan. But when I see him, how can I ever say to somebody that Joe Montana is better than this guy or this person? I can't.
I'm a Brady fan. I was rooting for Patriots because Tom was on, but my main team is Minnesota. That's
TB12 is different.
Tom Brady and Randy Moss are my 2 favorite players in NFL history. So
fact check that. But Denny, serious, bro? 7 time is the GOAT, bro? Wow. I had to conform. When he won the Tampa Bay, I'm like, all right, bro, I'm done. I can't hate this guy. Like every time I hate him, he just makes me look like an asshole. I'm like, I'm done. So
and he won it in Tampa in his first year in Tampa.
Yep. And I think it was at Tampa. It was a Super Bowl that year too, right?
I think so, yeah.
It was. I guarantee that. Cause that's when they threw that shit in the river, and they him and Gronkowski threw the trophy. That shit fell in the water. Yeah, that was T-Bay for sure.
First ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
For Denny Blanco at Sir Denny Blanco on all social media platforms, Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter JCRUZ, Joe Cruz at J Cruz CEO on IG and Hoops in the Sun of both IG and Twitter X. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. Go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download the rates, comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for you boys on the program, trying to get that 700 subscriber milestone. So we're like 11, 12 away. So if you guys are still watching, look out for that in the near future. For myself, Randy Cruz, Denny Blanco, Joe Cruz Jr., It's in the Game podcast. We out.
It's in the game, you heard?
Yes, sir.